Well, Senator Hoeven, thank you for giving us a few minutes here on a busy night. We just saw Governor Burgum come off the stage, and he lit the crowd up. Tell me a little bit about Doug and his path here and the adventure that he's been on from your perspective.
Yeah, well, it's exciting. You did a great job tonight talking about energy, and of course, North Dakota is an absolute energy powerhouse for this nation, so very appropriate. Did a great job, and he has been doing a great job all along delivering President Trump's message. And that's the key. It's about the right plan for North Dakota and getting North Dakota back on track. And as you saw tonight, once again, Doug did a great job.
Tell me a little bit about, for you, this experience. You've been to a bunch of these before. Does it ever get old, though, when you're getting ready to send a president into the heat of the election campaign?
You know, it really doesn't. It's always fun. It's exciting. It's great to see so many people that are working so hard to win this election. But I think this is really special this year with the way people have come together, and that's a credit to President Trump. We saw what happened just a few days ago and how he handled that. And, of course, people are relieved that he's okay. Our hearts go out to the people that were injured and certainly to the individual who was killed in that horrific attack. But he has just demonstrated strong leadership in, I would say, bringing our whole party together. And now I think the thing that's exciting, and I think we'll see it tomorrow night, is that he is really going to, I believe, deliver a speech about unifying our whole country, again, doing the things that are so important for the well-being of our country, whether it's securing the border, whether it's bringing down inflation, whether it's making sure that our cities are safe again, strengthening our standing in the world, supporting our military, all these things that matter to every American in our everyday lives.
Talk a little bit about the J.D. Vance selection. Maybe a name that a lot of people don't know about nationally yet, but certainly seems to have the right stuff.
He does. I mean, incredible life story. I've gotten to know him a little bit. He's been in the Senate now, for about a year and a half, and so I have gotten to know him. Unbelievable life story. I mean, started out very difficult upbringing, very poor. Really, goes into the Marine Corps, serves our country, Ohio State, Yale. Does very well in terms of, just finding ways to improve himself. Very successful, of course, in the business world. And then, best-selling author. So just a guy who, but he's real, he's genuine, and extremely intelligent. Great family, and just a really good fit with President Trump.
It's been quite a week for President Trump after the events of Saturday.
Yeah.
We're all trying to figure out what happened and how could this have been allowed to get so far. What questions do you have that you're going to be trying to get answers to?
It was a big-time breach in terms of the security. And so we have to get to the bottom of it. I mean, everybody, right from the get-go, obviously when you have a structure, a rooftop that's unguarded within 130 yards of the president when he's giving this speech, clearly that was a breakdown in the security. Very obvious. So we know that. Now it's about not only accountability to fully understand exactly what happened, but also to make sure that this never happens again in the future.
You're a big part of the appropriations puzzle in D.C. Do we need more money for Secret Service? Do we need more resources? How do we get what we need to have happen? The amount of detail around President Trump, I think everybody agrees, was nowhere near sufficient.
I really think that based on what I've learned so far, this was a breakdown in the proper procedures and getting the job done. And so I think really it's about leadership, accountability, making sure that we figure out exactly who was responsible here and didn't get the job done, and making the changes necessary so it doesn't happen in the future. I don't think it was a resource issue. Again, we'll go through all those facts. The Inspector General from Homeland Security is going to do an investigation of this along with the House. You'll see in the Senate, the Judiciary, and Homeland Security committees, I believe, obviously, the majority's on the other side of the aisle, but I think they'll be compelled to delve into this. But it needs to be an open, transparent process where the American people know exactly what happened, and again, we make sure it never happens again.
Do we need a new leader for Secret Service? Is there
it looks like it, yeah. Again, we got to get all the facts, but it looks like it, yes.
Okay. Last question I have for you. There was a piece not too long ago in Politico, Jonathan Martin wrote about the coordination cooperation between North Dakota, South Dakota, and Montana. Sounds like there's a really good camaraderie there. Talk about how the three states have worked together.
Well, just that, and you can throw Wyoming in as well. I mean, we just have a great bond, I think strong common sense, work together very well, and again, between our positions in the Senate, and then, I think you're going to see Governor Burgum in the cabinet in a position, could be Interior, Energy, Commerce. I think those are the likely places he may land. But again, I think that's good for our region, but I think it's good for the country in terms of bringing common sense, that Midwestern common sense that we love about North Dakotans, to a place that needs it very much, Washington, D.C.
Yeah, I lied. Last question. I've got to ask you, do you feel good about Donald Trump's chances in November?
Oh, absolutely.
Do you have good optimism on how this is going to end up?
Absolutely. Again, and it's not just that he's brought the party together, which is remarkable how he's done that, but I think now you're going to see him on a mission to unify the country and get behind these things that make our nation strong. As he says, make America great again. I talk about getting America back on track by addressing all those important issues that you and I have been talking about.